Hey everybody, I just made mine go away, my YouTube thing go away, because it's not started yet. Mom, tell me my YouTube thing's not working over there.
On what? On what?
On my iPad. Oh, but Simply 7. Okay, Brenda's here, Tammy I Am's here. Hey everybody. Music, well, it's working now, sorry. Tommy's under the weather. I think he's having a relapse of the bronchitis or whatever has been going on with him, and he is going to the doctor tomorrow. So that wasn't him coughing, that was Toby the dog. So anyway. So hey Kitty. So, and hey Auntie Pam. So I didn't title the video, Tommy did, so I didn't make any mistakes in the title since I'm by myself. Sugar Bear, stop it. I'm sorry, I had my foot by the dog and she didn't like that very much. Hey 7D Farms, Sherry. Anyway, so I've had a very busy week. Friday was our first farmer's market, so I was busy trying to get things going for that. I also had Tomas here with me. Tommy had to go. He didn't actually stay out of town overnight, but he had to work away from home a couple of days. So anyway, it was a crazy week for me. Very, very busy. I actually had a checkup at the doctor's office. I had, just all kind of things thrown in there that just made my week more hectic. So, anyway, but one thing that I wanted to talk about is that we did a little live video out in the garden today, last week. One thing we talked about, it just was, we were out there working and everything, which Tommy shouldn't have been. That's probably why he's having a relapse now. And so I was just, my cucumbers are doing so good. Oh, well, let's see. I probably have a picture of them. Do I have a picture of them, Tommy?
Yeah.
Tommy did my pictures for me. But they're little. That's them right there. And I was, picking the cucumbers. I picked over a 5-gallon bucket of cucumbers. It's just amazing. And you see how they're growing vertically up and everything. And let's see, this is the green beans. They're starting to grow up now too. They're growing up the trellis and all. Of course, you wouldn't want this necessarily in the front yard, but you could get, the lattice work or something. But we did the video on how there's stuff that you can grow. You can do edible landscape in your front yard if that's all you have room for. And I was just trying to encourage people that, that's something you could do, that you could grow some of your own food if you wanted to do that. I was trying to see, I don't see a picture of just a squash plant, but here's one right here. This is the squash row. But anyway, I just was thinking about that and thinking that, it would just be really nice if people, I know a lot of y'all watch, a lot of people watch the videos and everything that don't actually get to garden, or they don't have the area that we have, but there's still things that you can do to grow some of your own food. You may not grow enough tomatoes in your flower bed or squash in your flower bed to be able to can 50 quarts to last you all year, but you could grow enough to be able to eat all summer and stuff like that. So that's what I did a video about that. Tom and I did out in the garden. And one time when we were doing a live video, Chelsea actually texted me, and this is she sent me a picture of a salad that she had made with some of our lettuce. So I told her, I said, that was perfect timing. It was perfect timing that she sent me that video. I mean, that picture, because that's what we were talking about, we were talking about gardening. But the lettuce, and she happened to send that picture right then. I haven't really, Tommy's put all these pictures on here for me. The garden really is growing, and we're getting so much rain right now. And so it is just going to explode, to use one of Tommy's words, with the growing and everything, and the I've been picking cucumbers. I picked them again yesterday and brought some across the street to the neighbor. They like to make pickles, and it was 6 pounds of them because she texted me and asked me if I had about another pound of them because the recipe called for 7 pounds of cucumbers. So, and I had just picked them Thursday. And Sugar Bear, be sweet. Stop it. She acts ornery sometimes. But anyway, so that, that was a fun video that I made, and we talked about our soil too, because we've used a lot of leaves in the garden, and I was doing a box. I planted. Now see, I see these pictures when I'm picking other pictures, and then when I go to find them, I can't find them again. I think they're changing places. But anyway, I planted. Are they changing places, Tom? Oh, he said they're not changing places. Anyway, they seem like they are. But I planted this box of peppers, and I haven't got the leaves around these yet. I planted those. That's some new peppers. Let's see. Yeah, that's some peppers in the middle, and you can't really see the little chives that I've planted because they're so small. And over to the right is some basil. And yes, Tommy's not here to tell you, but yeah, I was pointing at that. Anyway, and also out in the garden, we have some firsts for this year. Here's our first little tomatoes on the vine right there. So we're excited about that. And also, we only have 3 zucchini plants.
You didn't show the tomatoes?
I didn't show the tomatoes?
Oh yeah, I guess it just hadn't caught up
It's
yet.
a delay.
Sorry.
Sorry, y'all. Anyway, this is our first zucchini that we have. Like I said, I only have 3 zucchini. Oh, I see somebody said, Kirkland Farms said, how deep is this? I'm not seeing my my chat too much. That's right. And you're not looking at the chat, are you, Tommy?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. Anyway, the soil in my box is it's different depth in different boxes because I've had some longer than others. I'll go back to this box right here. This box, it's not that much deeper than the outside. Every year I add barnyard manure in there, so it builds up and everything. When I made my boxes, I put we tilled the ground and we raked that up because I have just bought topsoil or potting soil and put in there, and that is so loose. And so we have clay, and so I mixed the clay with the topsoil with the barnyard manure, and I really like that mix best to be in my boxes. So some of my boxes are maybe only this deep, but my boards are 12 inches. So, I can get them a lot deeper, and I just figure as time goes on, I'll keep adding. And so that's just what I've been doing. I've never filled a box all the way up to the top to start with. I just work with what I have. And so each year they seem to be doing better and better. And yeah, if y'all, I think Tommy put on there to please put the any questions or comments to me in capital letters, and that way I'll be able to find them quicker. Let's see.
Suburban,
Oh.
what is that short weed beside the zucchini?
Oh, I don't know. Let me put it back up there. Suburban said, what is that short weed by the zucchini? Oh, wait, y'all don't see it, do y'all? Sorry. Tommy usually works this part of it. Right there, that little short weed. I don't know what that is, but we have it everywhere too. It likes mulch. Tommy, I forgot how to take off that banner thing. But anyway, so we have a lot of things happening. The snap beans are really going crazy. I showed you on the trellis. It's going up, and everything. And we don't have snap beans yet, but we did eat fresh snap beans today. Mr. Cloyce from the farmer's market gave us some snap beans. And by the way, if y'all haven't seen it, Tommy did a live video from the farmer's market on YouTube, because I know a lot of y'all have asked to see the farmer's market. So he did shoot a little video to show that, and you'll see James Richmond on there, which I talk about him a lot, and Mr. Cloyce on there. So, and Mr. Spencer is the little man with the honey. He's the one that's really taught us a lot about bees and stuff. Okay,
How close do you plant?
JM asked, how close do we plant the squash? Well, you can't always use me as a guide because I usually plant things too close. But you know, I'd say like because you know the plants are little when you put them out, but probably about a foot apart. My goal and my 30-inch rows that we did out there, our raised rows that we're going to try and just leave there. What I did is I kind of staggered them. I did a plant here and then I did a plant here on the same, you know, top like that, and kind of staggered them that way. And I've been very pleased. I have very little grass that grew up in between my plants. There's some on the edges, but that's my goal. I want to plant them close enough that they're going to shade out the grass, but I need them far enough apart that they're getting enough nutrients. So, you know, it's just kind of, that's kind of, you know, what I'm kind of playing with, because I do want them to help me with the shade. Oh, hey, Deborah. Yeah, I wish you could stay too, but have a good time at church. You can catch us later. Anyway, but speaking of JM at the Nut House, I went over to her page today. I was looking at to see if she has any more videos up, and she don't. She has one garden video up, and I was looking at it because I was thinking about the video that I had made talking about when you have limited space, and I knew that they had done some creative things. And I don't know that this video was from her last growing season, so I don't know if she has it like this now, but you can still go see that video. She has different things growing in pots. She also has raised beds. Where she lives, the sun is brutal in the hot summertime. She actually has raised beds, and she uses cattle panels to make it kind of like an arbor, but it's not for an arbor. It's to hold her shade cloth up to shade her garden, because the sun would just scorch her plants and everything. So it's really pretty. It's really neat, some of the things that she's done. So she's got some different ideas about when you have limited space, and I don't know that she really doesn't have limited space. She has a lot of raised beds, but and so I mean she's got a large space with all the raised beds she has, but she does have some containers going too. So, but anyway, you could check out that video. And there's another thing I want to show you too. I have forgotten to show you this before, but let's see. I got some seeds in the mail. Let me see. I have them right here too. From Kelly Hale. She told me about this. She was gonna send me some potato winter squash, and she sent me more than that. She sent wait a minute, I'm trying to do two things at one time. Get my picture back up here while I'm talking. She actually sent me the sweet potato squash, but she also sent me some celery, which I really want to grow some celery, which I'll have to wait till the fall to get that going. Also, Boxcar Willie tomato seed. I'm excited about that. I love trying different tomatoes. And then a Mexican sour Jergen. And you know, I looked at these seeds thinking of buying them. And so I'm excited about trying them, because we do dill pickles a lot and everything. And so I'm curious to try these and see how they are.
Did you say you sent it?
Yeah, I said Kelly Hill sent them. And so thank you very much. That was such a treat to get those in the mail. So anyway, but also, let me look at the chat for a minute. And you got to remember.
Somebody asked if we have a solution for zucchini wasps. I don't think we've had a problem with
Zucchini wasp?
Yeah, so how do you control the protectors, and they use some aluminum foil to wrap the vines?
Oh, okay. I've never heard of something called a zucchini wasp. Somebody else might be able to help you with that, or share some ideas. We have had a lot of wasps in our garden before, and they didn't really bother us. Now that I'm allergic, it probably would bother me a little bit more. But they actually do help pollinate. And if we're talking about a regular wasp, I don't know if we are or not, because you're talking about wrapping the vine. But and JM said that they're putting together an update, so that is great. Oh yeah, I can't say that name. What is that name, Tommy?
Where?
That JM put up there. How to use? It's the watering things. OLLAS.
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, anyway, it's at 512 on mine. But anyway, what about the outdoor kitchen? I forgot all about that till I watched the video again today. So I really would love to see an update on that. So, but also, I wanted to tell you too that I have been watching some videos over at 7D Farms, and I had told y'all that on another live video, and but it's 7D as in Dog Farms, and I've been looking at her videos, getting some ideas about bread. She does a lot of sourdough and stuff, and she does. She's in Mississippi too, and she's in northern Mississippi, and they do 2 markets a week. And so I've gotten a lot of good ideas from her, and so she's just getting some videos up. With right now, she's just in the process of just showing you around her farm and showing you around her kitchen. She does a lot more than just bake bread. But anyway, I was thinking about some of the people that that I've talked to about bread, and I wanted to encourage y'all to go check out what she's doing over there. And I also wanted to share. We've talked about bread a lot this week. I've talked to 70 Farms a lot about bread. I've talked to Orphan Lady about bread, and I've heard from Beth Mitchell too. Beth Mitchell is using. Remember when I did the sourdough series? Beth Mitchell started doing the sourdough, and she goes to a market over in Texas, and she texted us and told us that she sold out of the bread. So I just praise God for that. So that is great. And also, I talked to Orphan Lady this week, and here's our picture. She said I could put it up. I asked her. This is us at the conference, at the Great Appalachian Homestead Conference. Did I say it right?
Yeah.
Haha, I said it right. Anyway, she was texting me, and she wanted to show me her bread that she made. And I was so excited, and I didn't do this for our market, but I'm planning to do it. Tommy couldn't find me the spice at the store. Isn't that beautiful? She made, this is baguettes that she made out of sourdough. So I was just really encouraged, and she said that she had never made bread before, and now she don't buy any bread at the store. So I was just like, wow, that's amazing. She does better than I do, because I will buy bread at the store sometimes, but or a lot of times. But anyway, so I was just so excited and so encouraged. So I just want to encourage y'all, if y'all have never made bread before. You know, Orphan Lady said that she had never made bread. She watched the sourdough series, and I take you step by step of starting your sourdough to starting your sourdough starter to finishing up your bread. And look what she did. I didn't show anything about making baguettes or anything like that. She just was creative and did it herself. So I'm glad that I was able to help a little bit in that to get her on her way to making bread. So I think that's really neat. But y'all go over and check out 7D Farms too, because she does things a little different than I do too. I'm going to go visit her one day in her kitchen, and we're going to make bread together, and we'll do a video on that. But anyway, her recipe is even different than mine, and all. So she don't use any oil in her sourdough. So yeah, she just does things a little bit different. So I'm curious to see what she does and all. So, but anyway, yeah, Jean, that was really pretty bread. And so let me show you some of the stuff Tommy did. We just took some pictures from the video that he had sent. Let's see what we have here. This is us setting up our table right here. That's Corey in the background. He comes and helps me on my market day. Let's see. And there's a few loaves of bread. Now at 7D Farm, we were talking about how she does her cinnamon bread and about twisting it or something, and I tried it and mine turned out ugly, so I'm not doing it like that no more. I'm gonna do it like I did it before. Maybe when I go visit her, she can show me what she does, because mine turned out ugly. But I did sell a loaf. But that's my egg custard too there. That's very popular at the market. My cinnamon rolls, they went really good. And I also do you can see to the left, I do a bag of cinnamon rolls that has like 4 in there. Let's see. Then there is the bottom like left is my French bread that I make with just regular French bread. and then that's Cuban bread, that round bread, and then in the back is looks like rolls right there. So, and I was running so behind. This is my dip mixes that I make and I sell in the little well, you can see the F and the R on there. That's my bulk containers, and then the little plastic container with the 3 sections. That's where I give my samples. I give samples out of my dip mixes. I sold a lot of dip mixes at the market this time, but I find that when I do bring my samples, I do sell more. So that if you do markets, to keep that in mind about giving samples, because it does increase your sales, because they can taste what they're getting before they buy it. But anyway, I actually had to bag up my dip mixes at the market because I was running so far behind. So, and I think Susan mentioned poor little Tomas was so tired, and he had skinned his knee too, and so he was whining. But yeah, when his papa woke him up, he said, I don't want to get up this early. He was so funny. He was very tired. So, and let's see. And yeah, Tommy did get a picture of all the cucumbers. Y'all, those cucumbers sold like hotcakes. They, like I said, I had a 5-gallon bucket, and I had it piled at least 6 inches above the bucket. And I sold every one of those. And you can see the patty pan white squash in the background, and I'm using the arrow to point at it for you, which I know you can't see that either. But anyway, I sold almost all of those too. I had a 5-gallon bucket of those, and I had 2 gallons of yellow squash. So I was very, very pleased with my sales at the market. I haven't even totaled up my money yet. We've just been blowing and going. So anyway, we've kind of been resting today. Oh, another thing I want to show you too. This is one of Tommy's finds at the Homestead conference that we went to. That's those what kind of mushrooms? Blue oyster mushrooms, and we were able to harvest some. So, and they should make some more mushrooms. And I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm almost not exaggerating. You blinked your eyes too long, and they started growing. I mean, they grew so fast. It was just really, really amazing. So, anyway, I had a good time at our market. It was good. Oh, and Rebecca is on the video. Rebecca Bates, our extension agent, and so Tommy interviewed her a little bit at the market. Oh, and 70 Farms said that she does cooking demos at the market and gives samples. I've thought about doing that, and we're going to have some local chefs probably come and do some cooking demos for us, and maybe use some of the produce and some of the stuff that the vendors sell in their cooking demo. So I'm excited about having them do that. Sugar Bear, I'm sorry.
Wants to know if you ever do coconut custard.
Coconut custard? No, I've never done coconut custard before.
We don't like coconut.
We really don't eat a lot of coconut. Sorry. But my mama would probably like it, so.
What kind of dips do you make, Casey? Tell us what's in there.
Casey, I make Fiesta dip, ranch dip, and bacon dip. And I really sold the most Fiesta dip at Friday's market. Typically, bacon sells the best. So, anyway,
We'll eventually show how we do it.
yeah, I'll eventually get a video going. I just made it. This week has really been topsy-turvy, getting ready for the market to start. I'm so rusty with everything I'm doing and everything. So, but I make it in big batches, and I put it in those containers like you said, which is old. It was jars that I got ketchup in, plastic jars that I get from Sam's, and so I make it up in bulk, and so I don't have to make it every week. But anyway, it's very simple. It's just spices in a food processor. It's just very, very simple. So anyway, I'm just scrolling through here. Thank you, Jayton. Yes, Jen, those are Japanese long cucumbers. I'm sorry. And that's so funny that you know what they are. A lot of people don't know, but in fact, nobody at my market, I've had to introduce them, and they're kind of put off because they're kind of pokey, but those little things just rub off. But anyway, I had a lady come up to me and like, oh, were those Japanese long cucumbers? And I'm like, yeah, how do you know? And I think they had served overseas, and that's where she had eaten them, in Japan. So anyway, that was pretty cool. But I really, really like the Japanese long cucumbers. They are a very mild cucumber. They've got small seeds. They're burpless, and they get long. I mean, they get as long as my arm, from my elbow to the tips of my fingers, some of them. So anyway, is there any more that I missed, Tommy, that you know of? He's over there in the recliner. He just is really feeling bad. If some of y'all weren't on here earlier, he's kind of having a relapse of the bronchitis stuff that he had. He coughed all night last night. He actually woke me up a time or two coughing. But he just has a few days where he feels better. He does a little bit. He gets sick again. So it's time for him to go see the doctor. So no, I see P asking where Tommy's at. Yeah, I forgot to say that again, where he is. So.
But Snow wants to know if you have to have a certified kitchen in order to sell at the farmer's market.
Here in Mississippi, we have a cottage food law, and we're able to make stuff in our home kitchens. They do not have to be certified. We went a couple of years where we were having to have a certified kitchen, and they were much more lenient on us than they were for commercial kitchens. We were only allowed to sell at certified markets with our certification. But they're not even making us do that now. But it's low risk foods. We don't do any meat products or anything like that. Stuff that would have a higher susceptibility of spoiling or being tainted. So that's how they do it with our market. So cakes, breads, pies. They even allow the canned foods, jams and jellies, and even pickles and stuff like that. So, yeah, Linda Ennis wants to know, did the arugula get you? She must have watched the video. Our arugula has gone to seed. Let me see. I don't know if he's got that on there or not, the picture. Let me see. Nope. But I'll show you. The mustard greens have gone to seed. They're beautiful, though. But Tommy, the arugula has gone to seed, and I pulled a piece that was a small leaf, and I said, here. I said, I don't like it, but Tommy will try it. I said, it's a small leaf, so it may not taste too bad. And Tommy didn't like it too much, but no, I would think. No, you said it was pretty hot.
I just said it was hot.
Yeah.
I didn't like it.
But anyway, so I would think if anything that would help, that peppery feeling. Yeah, I think the cottage food law is similar in Arizona, also in Alabama. There's a lot of states that's adopted it because, it does help. Now we had, if you noticed on the video, we had me selling bread. We had our friend's daughter there. She makes baked goods and she does some gluten-free stuff. Then we had Miss Joyce there that does cakes, and then there's a commercial place that does bread was there. So 4 of us in a row with baked goods. But if we wouldn't have been there, we wouldn't have had that many vendors because the farmers are just getting their stuff in and everything. So it was good. It was good that we're there and everything. We definitely don't need another bread vendor or any more cake vendors though. So I forgot. And there's another lady that was there selling her cookies too. So there was 5 of us, I guess. Let's see. Okay, I don't know. All right. Yeah, Susan said in Texas too, that's the cottage law. Yeah, I would think, in Georgia too. Yeah, because I know Beth Mitchell is in Texas. So and did I say that she sold out of bread? I think I did.
Yeah.
But listen, the one thing happened at our market that I wish I would have gotten on film and I didn't. And it was so funny. This is exactly the way it happened. My tent was set up, and across the walkway was James Richmond's tent. And he has these, it's Folger coffee cans that he's actually put concrete in, and he has them tied to his tent, just hanging right down by the posts that are down on the ground. And Tommy commented, he said, well, that's pretty neat the way James did that. We need to do something like that for this tent. And I said, yeah. But I was thinking that's just one more thing we got to set up. But, you know, anyway, so what, Tommy, 10 minutes later, we're sitting under the tent. Me and Tommy and Tomas and Corey. Was Kayla still there? She may have left already. But anyway, we're sitting there, and all of a sudden, and it was windy. But it wasn't bad windy, but it was windy. And I don't have a little flimsy tent. It's a pretty nice, you know, it's not just a real lightweight tent. It's not necessarily a heavy duty tent. But anyway, all of a sudden, she's being so ugly today. All of a sudden, and I'm not exaggerating, it picked the tent up and turned it over, and there was cars. That's the parking lot behind me, and it laid it down on the cars behind me. And I'm just thinking, oh my gosh, it's going to scratch up them people's cars, and we're going to have to pay for people's cars. So Corey, thank God Corey was there because he's tall. He got somehow or another, he got up under it and started lifting it back up, and of course guys and people came and helped us set it back down. And we got it set down, and Tomas says, was that a tornado? He was so upset. He thought a tornado had come and picked up the tent. He's watched videos about, he was learning about tornadoes at school, so we watched some videos and stuff. The poor little darling thought a tornado had came. So I wish I would have got a picture of that, but I felt like it was more important for me to try and help pull the tent back down than to grab the camera, so I didn't get a picture. So anyway, let's see. I saw some, maybe some questions come up. Okay, Jan says, do you have the recipe video for the custard pie? I don't know. I thought I did. I thought I did last year. I thought I made a video on the egg custard pie. But I don't remember. One thing I had on my list of things to do was to make hummus to sell at the market, which I talked to 7D Farm about, and I never got to it. I was washing, y'all, oh my gosh. I baked Thursday morning, mixed up the sourdough Wednesday night, baked Thursday morning till about 2, I rested till about 4 or 5, went out, and Corey and his girlfriend and Tommy and me went out and picked lettuce. We picked lettuce. I ended up with 12-gallon bags of lettuce to sell and 10-quart bags to sell. And I don't even know how many bags I sold. I did not sell near about all of them. I sent them to the Corey works at a restaurant on the weekend, so I sent them to the restaurant for them. And by the way, Tommy, David said that thank you, and he appreciated the lettuce. So they used up the lettuce. They said it looked nice. So David said, yeah. So anyway, but I was just, I mean, I've got a box of, you know, a 4-foot by 12-foot box of lettuce, and oh my goodness, tons and tons of lettuce. So anyway, all right, I'm seeing stuff. Yeah, we've got rain in the area. It's thundering, so if our power goes out, I'll say bye now. But anyway, all in all, our market was good. This is the first time we opened our market this early. I did have stuff left, more stuff than I typically have left when the market opens. I didn't know how it would do, but the farmers have vegetables, so it's time to open. You know, it's earlier. We had a decent turnout of vendors, a decent turnout of customers, but not near what it normally is when it opens in June. I'm thinking because of school stuff still going on that has people busy and everything. So I'm thinking that may be, you know, part of it. So anyway, I think that's about all I have on my list that I wanted to make. I know, I just looked at the time. Tommy is getting on me now. But one thing I told Tommy that I wanted to talk to you about, I wanted to ask y'all's opinion, so y'all listen. We had one viewer tell us that, because I had made a comment about the live shows, about doing live shows that, I mean, not live shows, but live videos, like out in the garden and stuff like that, impromptu videos. that I kind of like doing them because, you know, there is no editing to do. They're done. But of course, you can't go back and cut something out and say, "Ooh, I didn't mean to say that. I meant to say this," or "Let me say that over." There's none of that. You know, it's just live. But we had one viewer say that they really didn't like live videos. And I know a lot of y'all have said that y'all do like live videos. That's what I told Tommy. I said, we need to ask them what they think. What's their opinion on the live videos that we do? So I would like to know your opinion. And so now there's going to be a little bit of a delay till it starts coming through. But I really would like to know what y'all think about that. Do you prefer to sit down and watch an edited video, or do you like the live videos? Let's see. Oh yeah, they're talking about Danny and Wanda, talking about asking about doing a contest for a couple to come stay with them for a week. That'd be pretty good.
They're looking for cheap labor.
Norma asked if I advertised about selling our pigs at the farmer's market. You know, I didn't, but we have before, and I need to do that again. Like I said, everything was kind of rushed up for me. Okay, so we're getting some results back from the survey. Everybody's saying they love them, they love them, they love them. They like the live streams, like the live videos. Great, great, great. Oh, well, good. Overwhelmingly. Oh, you want us to do more? Okay, y'all. Okay, well, so far, everybody likes the live videos. Warts and all, Wallace Lake says. Yes, warts and all. Y'all really, y'all. Oh, and yeah, the one I did in the garden, I even had my hair. That's typical. When it's hot, I twist my hair up with the clip right there and have it pulled up. Red faced and all. Y'all really got a good look at how I look in the garden, all sweaty and everything. But I mean, hey, I don't have time to come inside and shower and go back out to the garden and make a video. So, okay. Mother of Many Horses says she likes the live, but she likes some edited too. And that's what I've been thinking too. We just haven't been doing any edited videos hardly lately, you know, and so I know we need to get back to doing that a little bit too. Because like if I haven't done an egg custard, if I do an egg custard, it would be way too long of a video waiting for an egg custard to bake. So in those kind of things, you almost have to do an edited video. So, you know, the J-Ton says especially the impromptu ones, yeah, those can be only, and the one that I scared Tommy to death on, that was really funny. That was live, wasn't it, Tommy?
Right.
Huh? When I scared you so bad when I walked up behind you?
Yeah.
That was funny. Let's see. Live videos for updates and status. Recorded videos for educational how-to purposes. Yeah. Great, great, great. Okay. Well, thank y'all so much for y'all's input on that. I'm just kind of reading through. Yeah, Jatan, I like that too because the interaction. I do like that. Now, yesterday, wasn't it yesterday? We did 2 videos, and the first one, Tommy ended it, and he didn't even go back and look at the chat. So anyway, we apologized on the second one we did, and he did go back and look at the chat, but because he forgot all about it. He just signed off. We were out there working, and I thought of an idea to do a live video talking about the soil and everything. So we stopped what we were doing, did it, and then we quickly went back to what we were doing. So, let's see. Susan Sullivan said if you could let us know in advance. Yeah, and you know, I've thought about having a certain time of the week to go live, like from the garden for our garden update and everything. I just never have set the time. And said, you know, all right, every Tuesday at 9 o'clock, I'm going to try and be live in the garden, which that's what I need to do, you know. Yeah, and that's what Mother Mini Horse said. You can always catch them later. Let's see, Steady Grace, the way that y'all do live is good. Pay thanks. Yeah, it takes time. Well, State of Grace said that they like the way that we talk, and then they can clarify questions at the end. So we tried to start doing that because to help it flow better, we found that, you talk about this and, then you get on a different subject here and then you try and go back here. So, and that's kind of like when we have things written down that we want to talk about on this show. We try, and it's easier when it's two people, talk about what we're talking about and then come back and catch the questions and then go on to our next subject like that. So we try and make it flow a little bit better where we're just not jumping around all over the place, kind of like I'm doing right now because I'm going through questions. So, but anyway, but that's and comments. So let's see. So now look, and I was going to tell y'all too, I learned last time about reading the comments and questions out loud, so there's just going to be dead air time. So that's what, it's hard when it's just one person. Oh, Wallace Lake says live is just so real, makes us feel like family, so that's cool. And yeah, to me it is a lot more personal,
We feel the same way. We feel,
Yeah, now Tommy's saying we feel the same way, so.
I mean, we recognize people and expect people to be there,
Gene thought the live one when I scared you was hilarious, baby.
That's what you did.
Oh, Tommy scared me to death. Now, let me explain something. Tommy is the kind of person, he does not like to get scared.
I'd rather be in pain.
He says he would rather be in pain. And so, oh, well, you just wrote that on there.
What?
That I love to scare you. I do not scare him anymore because he gets mad. But anyway, when we first got married, I wouldn't.
Mad.
Oh, I forgot he can see me too over there. But anyway, so I wouldn't do like roar and jump out and scare him. What I would do, I would just stand back, like right around the corner, and he'd walk down the hall, and I'd just be standing there, and he'd, it would scare him. So, but I'd be like, oh, sorry, baby, like that. But anyway, so I'm gonna get him back for this. I was busy doing something on the counter and everything, and he was standing, over to the side, and we were talking and everything, and I was busy doing something, and all of a sudden there was this light moving all around, and it scared me, and I screamed, and you know what he did? He laughed. He thought it was so funny and that he scared me, but he's like, I didn't mean to scare you. I said, so it's okay if you scare somebody and laugh about it if you don't mean to scare them. And he says yes. So
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you can't mean to scare me.
I'm not going to mean to scare you, baby, but I'm going to get you back on accident. Uh-oh. I think the dog saw somebody outside. So, but anyway, yeah, Jean said it's safer for the dead air time. It really, really is. So, but anyway, it was just, it was really funny that he scared me. I don't mind getting scared like that. I think it's funny. But he always tells me, you remember, most of the time I'm armed. You better not be scaring me. So, but anyway, so we had a good laugh about that. But I used to do dirty tricks to him and all. So. Oh, 7D Farm says, I feel like y'all are allowing us into your everyday life. Well, and really, in reality, that's what you're doing. You're and these dogs are everyday life, too. Blue is at the door. He wants to come inside, I guess. But he's not an inside dog. Sugar Bear, come here. Come say hey to everybody. Come here. But, at first, Tommy was complimenting me the other day about doing the videos because, I've never been the kind of I've never been the person, and I've talked with Jen about this, and I've talked with Sherry about this, talked with Jan about this, because I'm not, if you knew me before, I'm not the person to be here on the camera. Tommy has always been the person that's been front and center. He's done MCing before, and he preaches, and he's up in front of people and stuff like that, and he doesn't mind that. I've never been one that liked all eyes on me, to the center of attention. That's not me. I don't want people looking at me, and so this camera made me very, very self-conscious. and it was really, really hard to start doing it and all, and I did it because of Tommy's encouragement and everything and all, but because he was mainly, if you go back to the beginning videos, it's him. It's not me on there. It's him, because I didn't really want any part of that. And I don't know why. I guess because of working in the garden and starting to do more videos and everything. I remember last year we did the Florida weave video. I think that's one of the first ones I did, huh, Tommy, that we did together, was the Florida weave, where I was on camera. But it made me very self-conscious and everything. But now I just think, well, it's just me. I mean, y'all know I can't sound out words really good. I have to ask Tommy, what does that say right there? What's that name right there? If it isn't just real simple, I don't necessarily get it. And I'm just me. And but I've encouraged other people because it was a very hard thing for me, a very, very hard thing to be in front of the camera, and honestly, even shooting video, being behind the camera and talking, and everything. So, but it's something that, after a time and everything, I just think, well, if I mess up, I just mess up, and if doing it first, not being live, where Tommy could edit out, where I could start over and stuff like that, that did help. But anyway, I'm really liking the live videos out there. Of course, there is no editing on them and everything, but I have enjoyed those, but I could see how those would be a lot harder to do if I wouldn't have already done the edited videos too. But anyway, but thank y'all for all y'all's comments. I wasn't telling y'all that stuff to get your compliments or anything. I was just telling you that to encourage you, because this was not typical me to be in front of the camera and all like that. And it just, over time, I've just gotten more comfortable with it, and I don't think about and when we were at that conference, we sat on that panel. And that's really, I mean, you could see all the people out there, and there was 1,000 people that came to that conference. And so I did say something one time, and I tried to just look at those people that were sitting right there close in the front, because I was like, oh my gosh, But I finished what I was saying, but I felt a little funny. But I don't think about y'all as being, 100 or so people out there watching. I just try and think about y'all as I'm just talking to one person, because it would get a little overwhelming. But
Brandon C wants to know how long your baked bread stays fresh.
How long does my baked bread stay fresh?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if it's really, really warm, it could start molding in 3 days. But I'm going to tell you what Sherry at 7D Farm says, what she tells her customers: 3 days on the counter, 3 days in the fridge, 3 months in the freezer. If I didn't get that right, 7D, correct me. But that's what she said. And when she said that, I thought, that's so true, because the bread, it stays good for a long time in the refrigerator. And what you can also do is pre-slice it, put it in the freezer, and just take out a piece at a time. That's what she's told me that she has encouraged her customers that they can do. And I have pulled it out the freezer, and when I've had it left over for the market, I'll freeze it. I've pulled it out for us to eat, and it's fine. I personally prefer it to be toasted after it's been in the freezer, because it's not quite as soft. But I would imagine you could heat it just like 10 seconds in the microwave, and that might freshen it up. So.
Let us know wants to know why it's called the Florida weed. They've done that in Washington State for years.
Oh, Tommy said that let it snow, and want to know why it was called Florida weave, because they've done it in Washington State for many years. I have no idea. I just assumed it originated in Florida. That's why, but that could be all wrong. Maybe the man by the last name of Florida is the one that came up with it. I don't know.
Rainbow Rose Connie wants to know if you've tried making a pie yet from your Patti pan squash.
I have not. Tommy's telling me comments that I missed. Rainbow Rose asked me that.
Yeah.
Want to know if I'd made pie out of my Patti pan squash. I haven't. And you know what? Aunt Rosie and my sister Julie was here this weekend, and Aunt Rosie was going to try that, but they had brought a peach cobbler too, so I guess maybe that's why she didn't do it. But she's got a recipe at home, and I'm gonna get that from her.
You make a pie with zucchini.
I do? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, my zucchini crisp that I make too. I didn't think about that. Because I make a mock apple crisp out of the zucchini, and you'd never know the difference. Called tart apple crisp is what I call it, and you'd never know the difference. So
That we trick people.
yeah, I've tricked people before, and it's so funny. But somebody told me, I can't remember which one of y'all told me though, about using them like a pumpkin pie. And so I really want to try that, and I have some over at Mama's house that I need to do that with. So, but my patty pan squash, I've grown it for many years because Mama used to make that recipe that I've told you about with the bacon and the onions and the breadcrumbs and all that. And I just like it. That's a childhood, thing that I remember eating and everything I like. Well, I've never had it do great. I've grown some, but it's never done great like my yellow squash. But oh my gosh, I can't keep up with the white squash this year. When I tell y'all I brought a 5-gallon bucket at the farmer's market, I'm not exaggerating. It was a 5-gallon bucket. I only have half a row planted. It's amazing. Yeah, Jean, my friend, does butternut squash. And I've got a thing that I do with carrots too, a carrot souffle or whatever that's sweet. I'm sure there's probably lots of recipes out there. So, but I really would like to.
Rainbow Rose said just use any recipe that you would use for pumpkin pie or sweet potato pie.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Rainbow Rose. I'll do that. Yeah, I would think it's pretty simple. Eggs and flour and sugar and maybe some milk. I don't know. You might not have to put. I don't guess you maybe put milk in that because it's real juicy. But oh, P, you can have a bunch of orange kitties. Let me tell you something. That cat's about driven me nuts. They're not in the garden right now, but I was scared to death. I was going to wake up to go to the farmer's market and not be able to leave because that mama cat, the bobtail mama cat, she keeps moving the kittens up under my van, and my van's real low to the ground. And so I made sure I collected them all, and I put them in the garden again. This was Thursday when I was moving my van over to Mama's house to load up. And don't you know, I had added it up in the head. Corey's girlfriend had taken one home. A couple of them died, blah, blah, blah. How many I should have. And I had in my mind I should have 5 kittens in the garden. Well, so I go ahead and move my van. And I do it really slow just in case. And I see this little kitten scampering away. And so there was still one up in my car. So I stopped and went and got it and brought it back in the garden. And so I was very thankful that when I got up for the farmer's market, I counted the kittens in the garden. They were all still there. Well, I had to go meet Chelsea and get Tomas today for church. And don't you know, before church, I'm out there trying to get kittens out of my car again. And so I had banged, I had called, all this kind of stuff. And Aunt Rosie had found one, I had found one, and I knew that I didn't have all of them. So, but I didn't know where it was, and it wasn't coming out of the car. So I eased up and went real slow, and it was, I don't know where they're getting, but I didn't run over it. It ran off, and it was the gray bobtail kitten. So I just don't know what to do.
You've got several people who are watching on Facebook.
Uh-huh.
Candace Rivera says you do so well, you exude confidence.
Well, thank you, Candace. Oh.
Also, back on YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
Jen asked about Mama.
Who?
Jen.
Oh, Jen, about Mama. Mama, well, I don't know. I don't guess I've told y'all she's got another infection, another bladder infection, and she's on medicine, and we always do a culture and everything to make sure she's on the right medicine and all, and she had started doing better, and in fact, I ought to check on her right now. She had started doing better, and she actually is not doing as good. So I'm thinking she's going to have to go to the doctor early on next week. I don't quite understand what's going on. She's not terrible, or anything, but she's just not herself, and so I'm just a little concerned about her. So, Sugar Bear, hush. She's seeing the dogs right outside the door, or the cats. But anyway, but Mama, she's doing okay. She's doing okay, but not the best, so we'll just have to see how things go. And I can't put my finger on what exactly is going on. She says she feels fine, but you know how you can tell when somebody really don't feel fine. So anyway, we do appreciate your prayers, and thank you for them. Thank y'all that said y'all be praying for Tommy. I'm ready for him to get well. I know he's ready to get well too. He's just been very limited, and he got up yesterday morning. He was gonna mow the grass, and I put my foot down. I said, no. My plan was to get the garden stuff done and to mow the grass for him and let him do the kitchen for me, the inside stuff. But it didn't work out that way because it rained. So, and we took naps, huh, baby?
Yeah.
We both needed a nap, so we took a nap. So, anyway, cranberry juice for Mama. Yes, she's been drinking cranberry juice, and I have her on 2 cranberry pills a day too. So she's good about drinking the cranberry juice. I just don't know. I don't, she's on Cipro, which is a good strong antibiotic. That's there's only there was a couple of more oral antibiotics she could have been on. The rest would have been IVs, and so I think we're heading towards another what is it called, PICC line, which I don't want to do that again. But anyway, I may have to. So they teach me how to do it each time. That's not fun if any of y'all are nurses, which I'm sure y'all are. I know those things aren't big deals for y'all, but when you're just a layperson and that's just a little bit of a scary thing, so thank you, JM. I appreciate that. Anyway, chill like Juana says. I don't understand. Yeah, I've been trying to chill. Yeah, chill like Juana says. Yeah, I have been trying to chill, but and I've been relaxing more and everything. But everything's everything's happening. The garden's starting to come in. I was telling my aunt Rosie, that typically the market don't start to the beginning of June, and my stuff starts coming in like 2 weeks before, and I get all my canning stuff done. And now this year, I got my green beans in late, so now I'm going to be trying to do the market and do my canning and stuff like that, and wear all these different hats. So I'm going to be juggling a little bit more. So anyway, we'll just see how that goes. But I have that text message was from Tomas's dad. I've got to go meet him with Tomas this evening because he came and went to church with us. He's with Corey right now. That's why he's not popping in saying hello. So I'll tell him y'all said y'all missed him, and he'll get a kick out of that. So thanks, Sue. I appreciate that. Anyway. Yeah, Rainbow Rose, I do need to get her some. I haven't had her on probiotics in a little while. She has been on them before, but you're right. I do need to go ahead and start her back on those probiotics because she has had issues before because of that, with having a constant nausea because of killing all of her good bacteria too. So I do need to get her back on that. Thank you for mentioning that to me. So anyway, I think my time's about up. I feel like I'm just kind of rattling on now. So, but I appreciate all of y'all's kind comments and suggestions and your input. And yes, Kelly, God is our healer. That's right. And here is our scripture verse that we like to say. So whether you eat or drink or whatever you do, do all to the glory of God. So anyway, we pray, that's our prayer, that we want to do everything to the glory of God. And it's only because of him that we're able to get out there, that he has brought different ones in our life that's taught us and that we've learned different biblical principles about growing things and everything. And we just want to bring him honor and glory in the way that we grow our food, and with the way we treat people, and with the way we do our YouTube channel. That's our goal. We want to bring him honor and glory, and we want to help y'all along on the way too. So anyway, that's all of our time. So we will see you in the garden. How about that? Now I got to ask Tommy what to do. Push that button, Tommy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Look and smile at the camera and push the button.
Smile at the camera.